Hello, and welcome to this podcast's 8th episode. This one is about Britpop, okay? This one is a bit of a touchy subject for me. Basically, the 90s isn't just Blur and Oasis, okay? They aren't even that good. Blur's pretty cool. You know what? I don't like how it's become a class thing, because Blur are seen as, the middle class. Not seen as, they are, but, that's not the point. It doesn't... Okay, right. Does it really matter if... I get it, but, does it really matter if it's... I'm talking about class now, this is not the point. I get it, Oasis are more working class and then, whatever. But, not... God. More of the more working class band, I can see how it can... Yeah. Anyway, so why on earth are people defining the 90s by those two albums? Two bands, right? There are so many... Oh my god, it's actually so annoying. They're not even that good. Right, they're not even that good. There were so many other bands. Oh, as well as Nirvana. Right? There were so many other brilliant bands that were completely blown out the water by those bands coming in. And it's not necessarily their fault at how much of an impact that they made. It was, people listening to it more than the better things. And I'm not saying no one listens to Pulp, but Pulp. There's Pulp. There's the Posies. There's Stereolab. There's the Cardigans. There's... Who else? There's Cum. Yes, bit of an awkward name, but there's Cum, who were supposed to be one of the bigger bands, as well as Nirvana, right? Yeah, so, short episode, there you go. I'm just annoyed, okay? I'm just annoyed, at the world for that. There's also other, there's not just, there's other British bands, like Stereophonics, right? They had their glory, right? They're Hollywood as well, right? But they're so underrated. The good albums by them are so underrated. Word Gets Around. Come Off It. That's one of the best albums I've ever heard ever. And then no one thinks about that. Everyone thinks about, Dakota. And I'm don't think about Dakota when you think of Stereophonics. Thinking of Dakota with Stereophonics is thinking, it would be nice to be thinking, actually. Anyway, what the hell? I cannot think of anything. It's saying, Do I Wanna Know is one of the best songs by Arctic Monkeys. It's obviously not. It's obviously not. It's probably one of the most famous ones. But it's not their best one. To be fair, I have a lot of hate for AM. No, I say a lot of hate towards it, but I don't. I don't hate it. It's really good. It's a really brilliant album, actually. But it's not. It's just... It's like the Sergeant Pepper of albums. It's like when there's literally all Rubber Soul, but there is literally the White Album or Revolver. You know, it's just like, just go away. Anyway, my point is, people need to listen to other 90s albums other than bands. It's not like no one listens to, I don't know how many I've actually said, but okay, did I say the Manics? The Manic Street Preachers, Pulp, Posies. Did I say Broadcast? There are only things about Broadcast. Sparks. Super Furry Animals. Gorky Psychotic Monkey. And I'm being biased because most of these are Welsh bands. This is the point. No one thinks about the Welsh bands. Are there any Scottish bands? Apart from Jesus and Mary Chain and Bell and Sebastian. Oh my god. Basically, I was watching How I Met Your Mother today, right? Oh, surprise, surprise. And if anyone's seen this, can we be friends? Robin was talking about Neil Young, mainly because he's Canadian. But I love her now. She's one of my favourite characters ever for saying that. So thank you, Robin. Anyways. I forgot my point, actually. Okay, Stereolab. Okay, Pulp, Posies, Manic Street Preachers, Broadcast, the Cardigans. Also, my thing with ABBA, right? I went in this place. It's called the Watermill. It's in Barton, right? It's really, so there's this record shop part that is like specifically for records. But if you go, okay, let's just say you actually do live in Barton and you go here, right? And if you know the place I'm on about, so the record shop place is on the left, and then you go right. There's a door right, and then you go straight on, and there's loads of boxes of records. That's the place you go. That's like so many. I saw Jesus and Mary Chain albums there. I don't know if I saw Psycho Candy there, but you can just barely get that. You know what, right? There's not a lot of Scottish bands. Like, really good ones. Like, apart from... Jesus and Mary Chain are really good. And Bell and Sebastian. I mean, who are those people that sung I will walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more? Who did that? I mean, they're only known for that one song, so I can't really say much about them, to be honest. But that's a good song. It's very, very catchy. Fair play. Damn, too catchy, actually. Anyway, moving on from that. I really don't know. Who else? That might have to be one of my investigations of the week, the month, the year. You know. Anyway, I kind of forgot my whole point of this. But yeah, there are British bands. Yeah, no one talks about Catatonia either. They're really good as well. That's just a bit rude, actually. There's like no one just... My point is, when someone thinks of Britpop, people think of them. And I don't like it. And anyone that thinks of the 90s and thinks of Pulp and the Posies. Who else is there? The Auters. You know, there are so many other bands. And then no one thinks of, like, the good ones, you know? So, yeah, if you don't think of them, or you didn't know any of them, then there you go. The more you know. The more you know. I just don't think it's fair that people think... Also, class must have something to do with music, right? Like, I don't know. A social class. I mean, there's like the Jam, right? They were the mods. And then there was skinheads, and then there was... You know what, I'll think about that as well, actually. Social class might be an episode, you know. Once I actually know what I'm talking about. But yeah, hope some of what I said made sense. But yeah, Blur are the better band. I mean, I like some of Oasis songs. I'm not completely attacking them, but I kind of am. I don't really like them, to be honest. I don't know. Some of the songs are good, but I'm just like, the. I don't like Wonderwall. I really don't like it. I was in this record shop the other day. That's basically all I am. Like, it was actually quite a few months ago. I do space it out a bit. This one called Speller's Records. Is it Speller's Records? No, that's the one in Cardiff, isn't it? Oh. Thirsty Records in Bedford, right? And then they're obviously the people that would like Oasis, right? People that own the shop. Oh my god, me and my dad were the first people ever in that shop, by the way. You could ask them, you know. Rianne Halpin and the other dude. My dad. Why did I just call him the other dude? But yeah, we were the first people in that shop. Yeah. Pretty cool. I say it all the time now, what the hell? Okay, my point is, oh yeah, I was in there, right? And if any of you heard me swear, I'm sorry. Anyway, I heard Wonderwall, and I was like, immediately no. Like, immediately no. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so bad. Okay, you know how, England were in the semi-finals of the Euros? Yeah, and how they won. I went to Belgium one time, and then everyone was singing... Okay, I was fine, right? Because I'm Welsh, and it's not necessarily my cup of tea, singing Wonderwall with a load of English people. I mean, I know that's a bit, like, bad of me to say, right? But, I mean, it's just not... Ooh. It's just... You know, it's like if an English person was in Wales and then they were singing Love Will Tear Us Apart all the time, or Sospen Vach, you know, like, they're not necessarily going to like it, are they? I mean, unless they lived there all their lives, and then you're fine, and you're kind of like grew to love it, I guess, but like, you just... And then I need to... No. Anyway, my point is that, I don't like Oasis. Basically, I left when everyone started singing it. It's pretty bad of me. But it's fine. I liked it outside. Anyway, I'm gonna go.